Hi everyone, this is Clinton from Godtown Studios, and in today's tutorial series we'll be discussing effects and transitions. So by the end of this video you should know how to add simple transitions in between two clips, because transitions work more between two clips. Then you will also understand what it means to use effects to spice up your videos, to decorate your videos so they look more seamless and beautiful. So let's dive right in. Effects are tools that change the look, the mood or feel of a single clip. They work more on a single clip. Quick examples of video effects in Adobe Premiere Pro are the color effect, which includes the lumetri color and the tint effect. The next is blur and sharpen. For Premiere Pro, you have Gaussian blur, camera blur, and several other types of blur. Well, as we delve deeper into some of these effects, I'll be showing you how to create your own effects using maybe combination of several of these effects we mentioned, and also how to manipulate them so it suits your own preference. Then for the audio effect, we have the volume or amplifier. You use it to increase or reduce the volume of an audio. You also have the noise reduction effect, which in Premiere Pro, it's called the noise. You use it to reduce the amount of noise in your audio. But for it to work, your voice needs to be much louder than the voice in the background. That's if you are using Premiere Pro's the noise, you need to have less noise in the background. You also have the equalization effect, which in simple terms is called EQ. You use it to bring out the clarity of a particular audio, because audio thrives in frequencies. If you are editing a female voice, it will need more of the highs, high mids. But let's say you are editing a kick or a low male voice, you don't need much of those high frequencies. Understanding audio frequencies will help you balance your audios much properly. But nowadays, I don't think you need that. With the help of AI, it does most of those works for you. But it's also good if you have it as your own knowledge. Let's now discuss how to add effects to your clip. So in Premiere Pro, once you're on your timeline, you can go to the effects panel, then go to video effects. Here you can see a list of several other effects that we didn't mention. Then if you want to add any effect, let's say I want to add lens flare to this particular video now, I will go to the generate folder and select lens flare and drag it. I can either drag this effect on this clip on the timeline, or if the clip is selected, I can simply drag it directly into the effects and control. So see the effects and control panel. Any effect you add to your video is going to come up here. And from here, you can see that it has some adjustable sliders that you can use to control how the effects affect your video. High numbers is going to give you much stronger effects, while less numbers are going to give you a less noticeable effect. And also, effects can be turned on and off using this effects button right here. So if I click on it, you will see that the lens flare effect is turned off. If I click on it again, it will also turn it on. This works best if you want to review between the before and the after of a clip. And also, you can also stack multiple effects on one clip. You can use this drop down arrow to reduce it if you are done with a particular effect, so it looks more simple and cleaner. So if I click on this drop down arrow, I can add as many effects as I want to a particular clip. I can also add Gaussian blur effect to blur or sharpen an image. You can basically do anything you want. You can use sharpen to increase the sharpness of a video footage. So you can add multiple layers of effects. And in Premiere Pro, it reads the effect from top to the bottom. We'll get to understand what that means when we start delving deeper into most of these effects. And it's not only the video effects that you can adjust in the video control. As you can see, it's only showing us video effects, motion, opacity, time remapping, lumetri color, and all these stuffs. Is because we didn't select any audio. So by selecting an audio, you will see this menu here to switch from video to audio. And now all we see here is audio effects. With it now, you can choose to increase how loud the overall audio is, or the channel volume. Channel volume talks about the separate channels, because most times audios are in stereo form, which means it comprises of the left and the right channel. We will delve deeper into this when we discuss audio. Let's say in the recorded audio, the left channel has much more volume than the right channel. You can from here balance it by reducing the left channel or by increasing the right channel so that it matches the level of your left channel. And you can also turn it off and on to know the difference between the before and the after. Now let's quickly discuss transition. Transitions are effects placed in between two clips to make the cuts much more seamless or creative. And the basic types of transitions in Premiere Pro include the dissolve, which is this transition right here. You also have the massive video, iris transition, obsolete, wipe, zoom. All these transitions, I recommend you experiment them on your own, because in practice, you get to know several other things, even the things that are not taught here in this video. So I'd recommend you practice them on your own time. The simplest transition is a cut transition. This is when a video quickly goes from one clip to the next clip without any effect. But sometimes you want something more smoother or creative. This is when you need the help of these effects in Adobe Premiere Pro. Remember, we said transitions are used to blend two clips together. So that's what we'll be doing here in Adobe Premiere Pro. For the transition to work, you have to place two clips side by side to each other. And that's what we'll do now. Let's say we have this clip of her walking down and we want to transition into this clip. Let's drag this clip and use Ctrl+C to copy and come right over here and paste it. And most importantly, make sure the clips are aligned side by side, even on the same track. If you want to use these simple transitions, they should be on the same track, because you are going to be placing this transition effects in between those clips. So let's say we want to move from this clip to this one. I could leave this like this because it looks good, but let's say we want to add something to make it much more interesting. We could come to immersive video. All these things are transitions. We could come to immersive videos and drag this VR light rays. I use this particular one a lot. I use it in almost all of my videos. So let me quickly hit play now. You see that little effect we have in between those clips? That is what you call a transition effect. This little rectangular icon here is what indicates you have a transition on a clip, and it's telling us the name. Let me expand this, and it's telling us the name of the transition, which is a VR light ray transition. And also this transition can be adjusted as well. You don't only adjust effects like the parameters of an effect, you can also do that to a transition. So once you select the transition, it is going to appear here in the effects and control. And with that, you can choose to adjust how the transition affects your video. So for instance, I can come here and reduce the ray length. Let me go over where the transition is. So let me select the transition again, and I can choose to increase the ray length. You see how the percentage is what determines how it affects my clip. I can also choose to reduce the exposure. Exposure, wherever you hear exposure, it means how bright or dark a particular video is. So I can choose to reduce the exposure, which is the light that is coming in, just to adjust it so it doesn't look much obvious or too much. And you can also choose to invert the direction, that is controlling the direction of your transition. So play around with these. You're going to get cool transitions that you'll be using for your videos. And also, any transition you add can be shortened or lengthened. For instance, we've added a VR light ray, and see where it appears. Let me leave it at the center. So we can see whenever we are playing the video, the transition happens very quick. Let's say you want the transition time to be much longer. You can select the transition. Let me zoom in and drag it. You can extend it so that the transition starts appearing much earlier before the cut. So let me play it now. You see the transition has eaten into the body of our video, and you can also choose to shorten it if you don't want it that long, so it just flashes quickly. All these things are left as a choice to you. Play around with it and see what works best for you. And in case your system is not processing these VR or immersive video transitions, this transition works more with system with graphics card. So if it's not processing it, nothing is wrong with Premiere Pro. It's just that your laptop or desktop needs a little bit more upgrade. But if it works, play around with it like we said. And we don't only have video transitions, we also have audio transitions. And the definition is still quite similar with the video transition. As audio effects affect the body of the clip. The audio transitions work in between two audio. And in Premiere Pro, the audio transition can be found here. Audio transition is not even much. Think only 3: constant gain, constant power, and exponential fade. We'll take a look at these ones in this video to see how it works. For audio transitions, let's say I have two audio on my timeline. And the first thing we'll discuss about this audio transition is this exponential fade. Now, for instance, let's say I imported an audio. And see, it started playing right away. Let's say from the beginning, I want it to be much lower. Like I want the volume to be much lower and transition from low to high. I could just add this exponential fade here. And like we said, you can increase the length of the transition. The length determines how it affects your audio. Let me play it back now. Now let's talk about transitions between two audio clips. For this audio now, I have them placed side by side. Let me play it now so you see. Now, these are two different music or two different instrumentals. So if I want to blend this one with this one, you hear this in DJ mixes often. Let me add this transition between them, and from my effects and control, I can choose to increase the duration. So let me play the same thing. As I increase the duration, it creeps into more of the both audio clips. So let me play it now. You see what I mean. So you can see the way it blends the two audio clips together. Even while you are playing the first audio, you could hear a little bit of the second audio. And even after the second audio starts playing, you can still feel the effect of the first audio. So that's what it does. It blends the two clips together. What constant power also does is to crossfade between two audios, so it sounds more natural at their point of transition. Let's say you are editing a video and you are getting closer to the end of the video, but the audio is still at its peak and you want to smoothly fade it out. You can also do that one with the exponential fade. So just at the end of your audio, you can simply go to the audio transition folder and drag this exponential fade to it and increase or reduce the duration depending on how you want it, so that when you play it, you see the way it fades the audio smoothly. Before we move to the end of this video, I would like to point out something, because as effects and transitions are good and sweet to use to enhance a video, they can also destroy a video. So I'd advise, don't use transitions because you know how to use them or because you like the way it looks. Whenever you learn a new transition, a new effect, first ask yourself where and how you think the effect will work. Don't just add any effect and splash it on a video, because effects and transition can also destroy a sweet video. Some videos don't require much effect, so in such videos it might be best to leave the cut simple. Why some like high-paced video will require some cool effects and transitions to spice the video up. So these are the things you learn at the point of practice by watching the videos of others you want your videos to look like. With this, your videos will have a touch of excellence. And in the world of video editing, effects and transitions are endless. There will always be new ways of doing some things. There will always be new tools to getting them done. And there will also be new features like that we will still explore in years to come. So there is no professional or master in this one, because a new order or a new tool can come and blow every other thing out of proportion. But knowing how it works and knowing how to balance it out is what will make you stand out. But before then, explore these ones you've learned. There are so many things to be done with these tools if you will practice them. You will learn things that even I haven't learned through your practice. Quick recap on what we've done so far. Effects changes the look or feel of a clip. Transition help you move smoothly from one clip to the other. And both of them are powerful tools to bring creativity and flow into your edits. Now, this is it guys for this tutorial. In our next tutorial, we are going to be going over 8 different kinds of effects that you can start using right away to spice up your video. And with that being said, keep watching, keep practicing, and you'd keep getting better. See you guys in the next tutorial.